Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the SupaTea Podcast Show. I like to share my epiphanies with the world, and I just had a huge one just now. It didn't come loud, but it came very strong and very clear. So this is my personal social media page. I have several social media pages. Obviously, hold up. All of these are my social media pages, community organization, projects that I've started. I have quite a few, but this one is my personal one. Okay. And let's go over.
Are we
Hold up. That's my pin post. I just
finally ready to talk? Black Queens.
And I post quite a bit. Um, Funny stuff, things that catch my attention, all type of stuff. So you can see, like, within the last 24 hours, these are all the posts that I've done. But a few days ago, the top of this week, there was an incident out here in New Jersey, and it caught my attention. It came right to my attention. And as soon as it came right to my attention, hold it up, I passed it already. What came to me was for, that was a day ago, so this was okay. This was back a day ago. I posted it. What came to me is that, like, I'm ready. I felt the way. I felt the way, and had I had a vehicle,
Talk about
I
how
would have
all
took a different type of action.
why your body moving like that?
But I don't have a vehicle at this moment. I couldn't take the action that came to me, which was circle this place. Circle Delaney Hall. Like, drive around this motherfucker praying this Mother's Day stuff here. Was it this week? Maybe it was last week it happened. Yeah, because we just said Thursday. This was last week. My apologies. Time
Grand Rising's beautiful
for me. So we know it wasn't my birthday.
soul. I
Bear with me. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
am heading out.
This is people wishing me.
Hey, I'm tripping. I don't. She.
Bear with me while I find the daggone post.
My respectful.
Here we go. 5 days ago. Goodness gracious. I highlighted it too. But I'm going to share it back on my page. So 5 days ago, I reached out to sisters. And I guess I should have reached out to everybody. But I reached out to sisters on my page. I said, can we cover this good brother and spiritual protection and guidance? And I highlighted it so that it would show. I'm going to repost it up here and highlight it again. Because there are a plethora of powerful women that I have connected to in these Facebooks. No, I'm not putting sisters. See, this is why sometimes I got to do one thing at a time, especially when I'm talking. Talking and typing is not the move for me. I need to be either talking or either typing. Because I will type the words that's coming out of my mouth. Jesus, there we go. Highlight, share that. Okay. Boom. Now that's at the top of the page. All right. Awesome. So yeah, I have quite a few.
All ancestral.
As you can see, my friend list is at almost at 5K. And I have quite a few powerful spiritual women with
Rural and indigenous.
So
Live up and dream. Please just know that you're.
that's why I put the call that I put out there of action. Now, what has happened is that Al Sharpton put a similar call of action out like a day or two ago. And I think I saw it. I seen it. Let's see. And I shared it, right? Inside of a new network. Look, he put this out, I think, yesterday. Who? Oh, this was on Instagram. I seen that. Of course, it's not even going to go to the post. Let's try it again. So yes, so on Instagram he put this out. He put this out. I would say he put this out 10 hours ago. So as soon as I seen it on my Instagram, I shared it in a new network that I've connected to, and I got a response from the sister about Al's behaviors and interactions in the past. We know Al was like 500 pounds in the past too, though. We stopped. He was definitely in a different space and place. I'm gonna get off of this so you can hear me clearly. And if you want to know what that is, my screensaver is the Emerald tablets. I had somebody ask me that before, so I don't know if you guys are interested here on my channel. But I had to share this epiphany because so 5 days ago, what I put out there, and then now he's saying the same freaking thing. I realized in communicating with the sister and just in, of course, observing my freaking self, because I was very uh, hormonal yesterday. I was very hormonal and emotional yesterday, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, I had so many questions of where, not just the hormones and the emotions, but mostly the emotions. Just like what's going on with me. Like, I need to check myself. Because what the heck? But after interacting with the sister, what I realized is that I am who I am. You know what I mean? And these things that are important to me are important to me. And I've gotten to the age where I'm just comfortable and confident with speaking on the things that are important to me. And I can look back and see, because I interacted with Nan. Nan is Al's organization. And I remember what that interaction was like. And I separated myself because the vibration wasn't cool. There's a brother, Kevin McCall, who was like one of his top staff members, and like the things that I experienced and witnessed, I was like, oh, on the surface, the stuff looks all together. But beneath the surface, ooh, there's room for growth. So, I certainly have my own room for growth. Let me focus on my growth and, separate myself from these other individuals. And that's what I did. I separated myself. I believe Kevin McCall may still be connected with me on social media, but I haven't. The last time I see that brother, who was a staff member at Nan, and Nan is Al Sharpton's organization. Last time I seen him was when I had my cafe in Montclair. He just popped by to be nosy. I didn't even realize he was popping by to be nosy because he acted like he was being supportive, but nope, he was being nosy. And then that was it. The next time I seen anything that he posted, he was still yelling out in the street. And I'm not saying that type of activism is not effective, but that type of activism is not for me. I went to two demonstrations of protest, and my spirit just said to me while I was in those demonstrations, one with Nan, one with another organization down at the financial district. This way, one protest was at the financial district. The other one, I don't know if it was a protest. I think I actually marched. I marched with them in Harlem. My spirit told me, like, where I'm putting my energy is not being effective, because they're putting all of this energy towards whatever negative thing that they say that they're protesting, and really what the energy needs to be put towards is the solution. Let's come together and yell solutions in the air, not yell the problems. We know the problems. You know what I'm saying? Getting in the street and yelling about the problem is only releasing and putting more energy to the problem. It's releasing your own emotions, you know what I mean? But it's putting it all together, and it's like basically you're shooting, but what are you shooting at? You're shooting at the problem, but not you don't realize you shooting your energy to the problem. You're not shooting the problem down. The way to effectively dissolve a problem is to put your energy towards the solution. So once I felt that personally, I just removed myself because I'm like, I can't control what other people are doing, but I can certainly control what I do. So let me remove myself and let me put my energy towards the solution in any way I possibly can. And that's it. But now what I'm seeing is that even though I know these things, I need to share these things with other people because other people may not be aware of these things. And people who could be aware of these things have purposely organized certain things to put um, energy towards the problem. And it sounds, when you hear, oh, you put an energy towards the problem, that's a good thing. No, we should be putting the energy towards the solution. Being aware of the problem is one thing, but we are aware of the issues. So right now, it is pertinent for us to put our energy towards the solutions, towards the solution. So I always listen. I listen so carefully when people are speaking because I want to know, are you really um gearing and focusing on the solution? Like, what are you doing? What are you really doing? You know what I mean? So I listen. I listen intently at demonstrations, at speakers when they speak. And that really, for me, lets me know if this is something that is in alignment with what I know. You know what I mean? So yeah, I shared with the sister my interaction at Nan, and where I stand. I stand in support of Governor Raz Baraka, and I've made that clear. I even talked about this 2 weeks ago when I had a freaking debate at a function with the president of another of an organization that's been around for 100 years. I literally had a debate with this black woman because she was adamant on telling me how this man was not going to be who the heck he is. And I just could it was just beyond me that a black woman would have this conversation with me. Like, it was just beyond me. And I had to say, nope, this is what it is. This is what it is. But I get why she why she had that position. I don't know if she still has it. You know what I'm saying? But I know why she had it. This is a woman who is much older than me, and she has experienced a lot of stuff, and she has been interacting directly in the political background. So, people feel like this is how things work. They don't realize that things working one way is what keeps things away. So if you want things to be progressive and you want things to be better, you have to be open to doing things in different ways. Yes, learn what works, but also be open to learning what can make things work better. Oh, oh. So now to have this opportunity to not only know these things, but share the things that I know, which I'm doing right now by publishing this on my YouTube channel, and also being very transparent. I'm gonna go a little bit into another subject, but it really is connected to um, this topic. A lot of people feel a little fearful because of different things in the past that has happened in our governmental structure here in America. I mean, even right now, it's a lot of mess that's happening in front of our faces. In the past, there were things that happened behind the scenes that came to the light. Remember, everything always comes to the light. But there are things that came to the light, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe that these agencies, these governmental agencies, actually did these horrendous things, actually implemented these unjustifiable um, programs and took these different actions within our borders and coordinated things to attack and oppress and suppress people and even communities. You know what I mean? I'm aware. I'm aware. There was a book that repeatedly came to me, and I can't even think of the guy's name who wrote it, but he was a former either CIA or FBI agent, and the name of the book is Behold a Pale Horse. When I tell you this book came to me so many times, I feel like the first time the book came to me, it literally came to me. I literally was on a bus and it was there. And I picked it up because I love to read. And I was like, what the what? And of course, this was way over a decade ago. I looked at things differently after reading that book. Of course, I this was before cell phones. So this is like, oh, what the fuck? This is when it took way more money and resources to actually surveillance people, you know what I mean? And come up with these harmful, again, programs, and then, of course, we are aware of the Tuskegee Airmen. Like, we know that there have been individuals who have grouped together with other individuals that were in positions of authority and also positions of power and utilize their power in negative ways. We know this. And so when we hear about those people and we hear where they were a part of and who they were a part of, we tend to not look at those people and those groups, but we tend to look at the entire agency. Oh, fuck. Well, that entire agency is fucked up because how could that happen? You know what I'm saying? And I, I personally don't do that. And the reason why I don't do that is because I've been navigating a few decades on this planet, and I have met all different type of people in all different type of positions, and not everybody. You can't look at an agency or organization that is compiled of tens and thousands of people and take a few, uh, even a few hundred. I doubt that it was ever a few hundred that came together. But say take a few. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what it took to put together some of the horrible shit that people did. But just say a few hundred. Say a few hundred out of tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people that are a part of one agency. Like, does that small fraction speak for the agency? What that small fraction does is say that the agency needs to be tightened the fuck up more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure the purpose is not what those few did. So the shit needs to be tightened up more. They need to be more surveilling their own goddamn motherfuckers. And with these phones, we got that. They have that opportunity to do that now. People are so attached to these devices. And this is where I was going a little bit off the subject. I had a school project where we had to write a song, and it was supposed to be a horror song. And so, of course, my creative mind um, went and wrote the lyrics to the song, and the name of the song is They're Watching Us. So, some people are intimidated to know that they're watching. Um, However, I'm not. I'm like, I don't care. Because guess what? When they can learn something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over the whole privacy shit. You know what I'm saying? I realize it's an illusion. I talk about it in the song. Like, if you want privacy here on this fucking planet, yeah, you're gonna have to like go into one of those things that they have built. I can't even think what it's called, a sila. Like, you have to go in a sila where a camera can't penetrate. Like, you literally got to go under the fucking ground. There's no way. If you on the fucking surface of the planet, between the drones and the cameras, and we ain't even talk about the phones, because the phones are cameras, people. Like, the phones are cameras. You can be seen. The fuck? You can be seen. You can be heard. The phones are cameras. These security things inside your homes is cameras. Like, you are being surveillance. You're surveilling and you're being surveillance. And just be okay and like just live a fucking life that you don't have to fucking be worried about you being surveillance. Like the fuck, So what? That's how I feel. I feel like so what? You watching me? So what? Obviously, learn something, goddamn it, and put what you learned to fucking play. And I feel like, interesting, interesting that Al Sharpton is doing a call to prayer. Of course, his network reach seems to be larger, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I only say that because he's been around for so long and he's, connected with so many different people. And, certain people do hold him in a regard of respect. And regardless whether how people feel, they still work with the motherfucker. You understand? They still work with him. Nan is still there in Harlem. He's still traveling. He's looks like he's focusing on his health. He's lost all that weight. He's maintained it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the man personally. I met him once personally. I went to his organization a few times. Yeah, I've heard that he did some things that were questionable about his real goal in the community. You know what I mean? But I know those things happened years and years and years ago, and I just feel like people have the chance to grow. People have the chance to change. People have the chance to evolve. And unless I'm physically interacting with somebody personally, regularly, I can't say who they are right now. I can say my experience that I had with them. I can say my actions that I have taken, and I can say my intentions. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. I could talk about my observation. I could call Kevin's name. You understand what I'm saying? Because Kevin McCall, Reverend Kevin McCall, I could, because I can, because I personally have interacted with him. And um, again, I can only speak on my actions and my interactions. So with that being said, my epiphany was, hey, my voice, even though I've been doing all of this work and I've been recognizing and feeling like extra confident, when I'm not feeling so hormonal. What an interesting fucking time in my fucking life. Um, I realized like, oh, wait, not only does my voice matter, it don't just matter, it is impactful. Because is that a coincidence? What it tells me is that I'm on the right wavelength. I'm on the right wavelength. And I may not have all the answers. I may never have all the answers, but I know enough to speak, to share, and to continue being anchored on this pathway and this wavelength that I'm on, and to share and to trust and to just know that all is fucking well and all is fucking good. So that's my encouragement today, for whoever sees this broadcast. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to even record it, because my phone is very I love it. I love it. And I kiss it. I love it. And it loves me back. And it's a good servant to me, but it is finicky. So, I'm grateful that I had this opportunity to actually record the screen recorder for the world. Now you know more about me and my mindset. And I'm not telling you to adopt my mindset, but if you can learn something from my mindset and it inspires you to study the science of the mind, meaning study how the mind operates. When you know how the mind operates, things become a lot clearer to you. Yes, you will still go through emotions because you are a human being and we are going to go through emotions, but you will understand why you're going through those emotions. You will be able to develop ways to self regulate yourself, and you would just be able to have a more meaningful, fulfilled life, in my view, in my perspective. You know, when you know how and why things work, then you have a better understanding of it. When you have a better understanding, then you can either be part of a solution or you can resolve to where you want to position yourself more intentionally instead of just allowing others to kind of uh, see your qualities and try to push you into positions that you haven't necessarily chosen for yourself. You should be making your own choices in your life and living your own life. That is essentially what freedom is, you know. So, with that being said, grab my ebook. The link is in the bio. My ebook says it's on manifestation. However, manifestation is not some some new trend. Manifestation at its core is giving you tools, explaining how the mind works. And the science of your mind is not a new thing. Manifestation is just the terminology that is being used. But in actuality, um, studying how to manifest things is you studying the science of your mind because it's telling you how you must know what you want, how you must see it happening already, how you must feel, experience the emotions of it happening already. And I'm going to be completely transparent. Doing all those things are how it works, you know? But also doing those things can be annoying sometimes because after you do those exercises, then you now have to realize, oh, it's not, it's here, but it's not here. And that seems a bit, you know, paradoxical, but that's the reality. Like until the physical, and I'll just use my space because this is like the most uh, easiest thing to use. Before I was in this space, I had to know like the space and feel being in a space like this, and visualizing was tricky for me sometimes, you know, but feeling it and speaking it and experience, how would I feel in having a safe, secure space? How would that feel? That I was able to do. So yes, seeing it is one thing, but you can see it, see somebody else experiencing it, and just use that as a visual. And then you can feel how you would feel having it. And that's your work. And then you can speak it. And that's also your personal work. So, of course, there's other tools. I'm just giving you a brief overview of how, you know, creating your life, how that actually works, and how we really need to each be doing that for ourselves. And then collectively working on fixing, or not even fixing, working on solutions, because solutions are not just beneficial to a few. Solutions are beneficial to all of us. And um, I think, if anything, we are seeing that with all of the separation that has occurred throughout time, we work better together. We don't have to all agree on every little thing, but we do need to be in agreement on the big things. And the big things is taking care of our environment. The big things is for our health industries, our food industries, to actually be healthy, be nutritional, and not just be only profit driven. You can make profits, and the health industry is showing us this now. You can make big profits off of freaking being healthy. You don't got to put chemicals and dyes and cut corners and all of this other extra stuff that they do in our food industries and in our health industries to control, manipulate, and make huge profits. We could take the control and the manipulation out of the fucking agendas, okay? And we could put in here the growth and the health and the prosperity, and just do things that are going to be nutritional, do things that are going to sustain health for individuals, and you can still profit off of that. Like it, you can still be rich. You don't gotta hurt people to be fucking rich. I don't know why that's such a foreign thing, but hello, 2025, wake the fuck up. The hell? You can be happy and rich. You can be healthy and rich. Like, please communicate this to these motherfuckers that are in these positions doing stupid ass shit. Let's take care of our earth. Let's sustain our fucking environment. Let's improve our health systems. Let's improve our food industries. Let's improve our educational systems. Come on, let's do this shit, people. Come on, it's time to get the shit done. So, with that being said, I got to get stuff done. I got to get up out of this house. I got my own personal care to do before I leave this house. But I'm glad that I had the opportunity to interact with that sister this morning, and it definitely spiraled me into realizing that I'm on the right wavelength. My hormones are going to fluctuate because I'm in my 40s. Deal with it, let them fluctuate, continue exercising my wisdom, and continue being true to who I am unapologetically, and trusting the divine that is just always available, and always working through me. And, publish on my platform to inspire others. And that's it. That's basically it. So grab my ebook. Yes, it's an ebook on manifestation, but I just broke down to you what manifestation is about. And let's speak positively. Let's direct our energy and our thoughts towards being on solutions, because there is a solution. And once we have achieved solutions, there's opportunity for growth and expansion and evolution to spaces and places we probably should have been at if there wasn't opposing individuals who did not want, who was afraid. People be afraid of losing their material stuff, and they feel like, I don't know, they don't realize, like, there's so many materials. There's so many houses. There's so many cars. There's so many clothes. There's so much jewelry. There is so much. We print money. Like, you're not going to run out of it. Okay? There's not like, oh, if this other person gets wealthy, you're going to lose your wealth. No, that's not how it works. So cut it out. Cut it out. All this white supremacist shit, throw it away. Like, come on, be in accordance with nature. It's okay. It's okay. I have to always come back to this terminology of the cat and of the lion. I have to, because I never seen a fucking cat wanting to fight a lion. A cat realizes I'm a cat, and it appreciates being a fucking cat. And a lion, it's never like going like, oh, you know what, cat? I'm bigger than you, so sit your ass down. No, a lion is focused on being a lion. And I like to use the cat and the lion metaphor because they're both felines. But we can naturally see that one is naturally bigger and stronger than the other. And it's okay. The cat is not ever trying to be the size of a lion. So it's beyond me why human beings who naturally have their natural abilities want to be anything different than what they are naturally. Just be you. Just be you. Okay, the sun burns you. Don't go out in it as much. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be who you are not. Don't try to lie and convince others that are naturally stronger and naturally more powerful that they ain't. Don't use what you have discovered that was left by us, by our ancestors, don't use it against us. Stop it. Stop it. We waking up anyway, so you can't even use it against us like you used to. That's why they try to go so strong with our daggone food system, but that ain't even working. Because that's how powerful our freaking minds are. Just stop it. Let's work together. There's enough space on this fucking planet. There's enough resources on this planet. You're not going to lose anything by just being your natural self. Just be your natural self. Just be your natural self. Peace, y'all.